What's good, y'all? Elvis here. So I'm taking a new approach with YouTube. This is really starting to turn into a job for me, and not a job that pays me, not yet, but a job that drains my life energy, my energy to do other things. But also I realize most of that is on myself, because I'm the type of person to like set goals at the maximum. And keep in mind, that's unrealistic because I got like 4 full-time jobs, but that's just my natural tendency. I know my life is just a pattern of me setting goals, letting myself down, and surprising myself. That's all it is. It's a bunch of over and under corrections. So I'm not mad about it. But I decided with the YouTube thing, I'm gonna take all the pressure off for real. I can make money doing anything as long as I keep my love intact for what I'm doing. Like I'm in a good place. So I'm getting past the idea of productizing everything, like valuing things because they're giving me an end result versus I'm just falling in love with the process of doing it. You know what I mean? Because, you know, barbering, there was a long time where it didn't pay me, and then it started paying me and it was cool, but it started changing my love of it. As it was a thing that I started making more off of, you know, the man in me is like, hey, get your bag up, let's go. And then I started getting a little bit more misaligned as far as how I wanted to integrate it into my actual life, because it was a thing that I just loved, and I coincidentally found out I could make money in it. You know what I mean? I have a bunch of other like skills that I can make a lot more money off of, but this is just my favorite thing to do. You know what I'm saying? And now I'm moving into a stage where it's not what I want to spend most of my time doing anymore. I love cutting hair. I just want it to be a thing that is just for me and my people for real now. Like, I don't want to have to think about, oh, when, let's say I got another bill, like a bigger bill hit or something, I'm like, okay, how many haircuts do I need to do? You know what I mean? And then I got a quote in my head. Everything in my life I like to scale. So it's getting to the point where it's becoming a lot more of a business than an art. As far as my expression, I don't need to business this shit up for real. Low-key, the way I conduct my business and the way I conduct my relationships in my regular life are very similar. Like, I'm very no nonsense about don't waste my fucking time. If you have a habit of wasting your own time, you have a habit of wasting my time, you don't get access to my time no more. And all my old friends can attest to that. I don't talk to them niggas no more. But a lot of them is just, you know, priorities change, and we all understand that we're adults now. But for some of them, unbeknownst, like, yeah, I don't really fuck with you, and I just will never reach out ever again. I see it as a waste of my time. No shade. But as far as YouTube now, I'm just gonna I'm gonna get up and record where I am. Like, fuck the bullshit. I'm not scheduling out a whole bunch of videos, having a content schedule, doing all that. That takes all my love out of this for real. Because my favorite thing about it is just I get up and I share my thoughts, and they come out better than I can really do by myself for real. You know what I'm saying? It's like, there's a lot of times where I look back and I watch a video and I'm like, damn, that really helped me in the time I was. Just like, funny thing is, like, it's a video recorded in the past and I'm looking at it in present time, like, this still applies to me. But then also I'm thinking about how my videos is me giving back to the collective consciousness for people that are like me, that think like me in any kind of way. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wish I had an older cousin, an older homie, a big brother like me. And that would have streamlined a lot of things in my life, made a lot of things easier. But a lot of us are not parented. And I've realized that our parents are just the vessels we come through. Ultimately, God parents us all. So if you don't find your divine masculine, your divine feminine role models within your household, you might find them at church. You might find them like through a teacher, a mentor in your life. God has a habit of parenting us through the infinite avenues at his disposal. And I've realized that I feel like I'm the most in purpose when I can feel him working through my actions. So now I'm realizing, like, if it don't involve finding God or some bread, ideally both at the same time, then y'all can go on ahead with that shit. Like, I don't really care for it. Like, if it doesn't give me some kind of joy and fulfillment within here, like outside of how it makes other people feel, for friends and family, I'm willing to inconvenience myself. I'm willing to inconvenience myself for matters I'm less invested in. But I'm never gonna go out my way to do something for somebody I just do not care about whatsoever, and it just makes them feel good. Because that's that's like disrespectful to myself. Also, there's not many situations, if any, that I can point out where anybody has done that for me. Everybody has their incentives, everybody has their motives, and I feel that's not a cynical way of looking at it, but that's a realistic way to look at things. Because if you're idealizing everybody and seeing who they could be, you're not dealing with reality. Like, a habit I have is getting too infatuated with the God I see in someone instead of paying attention to the human vessel as well. Because we all are fruit of the tree, we all got essence, but there's certain tasks you don't hand an unripe apple. You know what I'm saying? Versus a ripe apple. They have very different responsibilities. My analogies go all over the place, not gonna lie. So different things going on with the channel. I'm gonna continue doing videos, you know what I'm saying? Like what I consider educational, but I don't really consider myself a barber like that no more. So, I mean, I will always cut hair, but I don't even really introduce myself like that to people. It's just like, I consider myself more of an educator, a poet educator, and let's say barber in parentheses. Like, you can pay me to cut your hair technically. Those are options. But yeah, so I'm really trying to lean more into poetry and education for real, because those are things that had my heart before barbering. I'm gonna keep it a stack, but I didn't really realize it because barbering was the first way that I could like really transcend a lot of different things in my life. Like, let's say poetry is kind of, if you could be, I was writing shit in high school, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think it's good shit, but poetry is something that's very subjective. You feel me? Like, it's one of those arts that you can only really prove to people that aren't in your industry or in your sphere if it translates to money and like your success transcends different areas of your life. And barber is one of those things where, like, as my barbering got up, my social connections, my money, status, all these things were just like right next door. So it's like, to be a good barber, most of these things got to be tight also. So people just kind of started like assessing my value differently. But I'm still like the same like low-key dude, but it's just people assume grander things about me now. It's kind of like a halo effect, where it's like they see you're good in one area, so they assume you're good in a bunch of other areas. But then also, if you're, you know, charismatic and you have, like, if you have a bunch of other skills, people assume grander, like, even better will than you can deliver on most of the time. Like, they think people tend to think you're greater than thou. Like, if you can public speak, bro, oh my gosh, people look at you like a demigod sometimes, because that's some people's greatest fear. And the fact that you can just do it, you know what I'm saying? That's impressive to a lot of people. But the more skills you earn, the more you realize, like, there's so many skills to earn and then to remix, to turn into different skills. Everybody that you meet that has a great skill is still a human. They still ain't shit. You feel me? Like, there's nobody worth worshiping. It's worth worshiping, like, the God that you see in people. That's just a drop in the ocean that is God around us. So just have reverence for God in all presence. And that's just kind of respect for yourself, respect for God's creation type shit. Just wanted to see all this shit blossom, make it better and all that stuff. Yeah, this video going all over the place. But I think this is how I want to do my videos now. Cause I'm not gonna lie, I'm getting tired of all these little hobbies and like ventures that I jumped out and did. I'm tired of having the expectations on myself about them. It's just like, whatever I feel like doing right now, I'm doing outside of my my main craft for the season. Split between poetry / music and education, barber education, you feel me? So realistically, barbering is just a thing that I'm scaling back to become a piece of this educator skill path on this skill tree. So I'm cutting the video right here. But if you haven't already followed me, follow your boy at Cuts by Elvis, at Better Barbering, Instagram, TikTok, all that junk, same name. If you subscribe, cool. If you watch, that's cool enough, bro. I'm gonna keep it a stack. Like, I don't really need much from y'all. If you want some better barbering coaching, feel free to hit me. I'm accepting clients at Better Barbering. But till next time, Craft of a Clout, I'm out.